Hey everybody!
Hi.
Welcome to World of Reads. We are back, and baby, this week is gonna be just too hot because these celebrities just don't know what the hell they want to do with themselves this week.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Ooh, the sun just came out. Yes.
Girl, they doing extremely too much.
But we're going to definitely get into it. I'm sure you guys have seen across all of the social media platforms and blogs and everything much of what we're about to discuss. But, we had to come and let you guys know what we think about it. So here we are.
All right, we always gonna bless the people with our thoughts, okay? So we like to go ahead on and start off with what we like to call a little bit of celebrity chatter. Now, who better to get started with than what? Kanye. Okay, we know Kanye, Kim, and Skeet been doing too much. Okay, they've been
Mm.
doing extremely too much, in my opinion. Baby Kanye around here, girl, did you see him? And for the Lord, this man is taunting me, Jesus, is by sexting me that he's in the bed with my wife, who is a single woman, because that's what we just had declared. And they don't want to come to Sunday service, Lord. And I said, I know you're lying, Kanye. Like, them children is always at Sunday service. And you had all the rest of your children not wanting to go to the slumber party. Why not couldn't go to the slumber party with her little friend? She can't miss one little Sunday service. But Pete was out of line for sending that man the picture of him in that bed. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. But the way Kanye done been going after that man, talking about he got his goons gonna get him, I guess Pete said, I'm sick of your shit.
I mean, he's only human, so it's probably one of those like, enough is enough. And like he said, he's been doing a lot of stuff to keep people up off him. And if Kanye is not reciprocating that same type of energy, then at this point all bets are off. Like it is what it is. But I do think that they need to have a conversation just off the strength of, he's gonna be in these children's lives. That's their dad. Like they're gonna, North, she's all over TikTok all the time. So it's only a matter of time before it starts to affect the kids negatively. And I don't, anything that affects children negatively, like, you should definitely take some time to really think, is it really going to be worth it? Like, I don't think so.
Girl, but it is the thing though, right, Kanye? You say you don't want your children overexposed. You don't want them on TikTok, which I understand. I completely agree with him about the TikTok thing. She's too
Mm-hmm.
young. She's too young for that. Now, I mean, I don't see a problem when she's with her mom and they're doing their mother daughter thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But just her on TikTok by herself, no. At her age, I don't. But you just exposed to the world what school she goes to. But you're worried about her safety because he definitely said the name of her school.
I didn't catch that.
Oh baby, it's all in the. It was all in the Twitter. Not the Twitter. His Instagram post. He's sick of that school and said the name of the school. It's one of them rich people schools, child. I don't know the name of it, but he's
Mhm.
definitely said the name of the school, and I'm like, why would you put out the name of her
Well,
school
that's the
and
thing.
where
Like
she's
all
going?
his actions and his words and his actions, they are not coinciding. I think that's why everyone draws so much confusion. Like you're saying one thing and you're doing this, and the next minute you're doing like it's just he's just all over the place with it, and I can't keep up. So that's why I quit. Honestly, we had already said that we weren't even going to talk about him anymore because it's just like at this point, it's
I'm
like
over it.
you're screwing with us at this point. But we had to definitely come here and at least discuss his latest antics because this was a whole other world
Whole
record of
nother,
just
right,
Kanyeing.
right. I mean, don't. And then you live across the street. Like, I don't understand. You got a whole truck full of flowers on Valentine's Day up to Kim house, right?
Weird.
Security ain't stop you, ain't do none of that. You got this whole truck with flowers delivered to her house for Valentine's Day when you was trying to get her back. But of course, this month, this week, this hour, he don't want her. But you can't get your kids to come walk across the street.
That's because he hasn't got tired of his Kim lookalike yet,
Girl,
which is weird. But I mean, everyone has the type, whatever, that's fine. I still find that just with based on his behavior lately, and then that was kind of like,
I just feel like Donda is rolling in her grave, and somebody out there is about to be conjuring up Donda to come whip his ass, and like a mama supposed to, and I got $5 on it.
like I said, they need to be doing what is in the best interest of the children, and I don't think everyone's behavior is reflective of that.
Listen, first of all, they both media whores, so this is attention for both of them. I don't for 1 second, baby. This might be a scheme, not that Todd, but that Chris done set up to get the people into something because it's too much. Like they both love attention. They both love attention. You know what I'm saying? And Kim can say, "Oh, I'm not posting. I'm not saying anything. He's posting our text messages. I'm not doing it." But girl, you already know when you text Kanye that the text message is gonna end up down to the shade room, his Instagram, your Instagram, and my Instagram.
I
So,
will say though, um, or what I thought was, I didn't even know. I thought their show went off, and then now I see, because I seen Hulu something. People were
girl,
like
yeah,
pissed
it
off
went
about that. I
off
didn't
of
know that they were having another show. I thought they were just done once they were done with Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
no,
Like,
no, girl, they moving to Hulu. So whatever
I
network,
thought it was just done, but
I forget what network they were on, but now they're moving to Hulu. And I'm
it
like,
was
I
on
do not need
E.
to see them when I log into Hulu. I'm tired of them. These people ain't tired of keeping up with them yet. What are we keeping up with? Because all of them are baby mamas around here fighting with their baby daddies. Chloe around here getting cheated on. Baby, they live everyday life. Girl, we can follow Keisha for that. We can follow Karen for that. Like, I'm
I
over
mean,
it. I don't
I'm not
care
gonna
to
like
hear.
I did. I watched the majority of their show, but in like the later years, I stopped just because, like you said, I just wasn't keep like I had better things to do than to keep up with every single waking moment of stuff. But like some of the like earlier seasons and like the major like events and stuff like that, like yeah, I definitely saw that, but I don't know what they're going to be giving on this new show, but I mean, if their name's attached to it, people are going to watch it regardless. I just was like, oh, I thought you guys were moving into a whole other era. I didn't know we were still with the reality TV thing, but okay, go off.
I just personally don't care anymore.
Hmm.
Anymore. Not at all, not one bit, not one iota. I don't care about them at
I'm
all
in
because
support
they
of all
they
new shows.
what are they doing? Like honestly, if Kim wouldn't have leaked, well not Kim, her mom Chris wouldn't have leaked Kim being screwed by Ray J, we wouldn't know what they're doing. I mean, allegedly before this, right? You got the lawsuit that they had with the Norwoods where Kim and them stole $120,000 on them people credit card allegedly, right? So you have that, and then before that, she was a flunky for Paris Hilton, taking her leftovers out her closet. So
It's,
while we talk
some
about these
things
other
come.
girls that come from being a stripper, like not just a name like Cardi B, people talking about, oh, she was a stripper, she was a stripper. Okay, she was a stripper that got on a show with a talent. You know what I'm saying? We saw you in a lackluster sex tape because wasn't nothing good about that. And from what I hear in the streets, allegedly, that ain't the first sex tape they had. They had another sex tape where her and the sisters was getting screwed at the same time and was being recorded. And they was much younger. Okay, so y'all been being recorded allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just over it. Like to me, they're not doing nothing that regular people out here doing, but y'all glorifying them. But then y'all want to downplay and talk about the other women. Hell, you could give anybody a show to do that and let them get some money. I don't know, but girl,
I
they
just
got
want
they
new
walking around with
shows.
that cursed cooch. I'm not interested in seeing Kylie Jenner go through postpartum depression. I've went through postpartum depression. I don't give a goddamn about hers. Now she's coming out with postpartum and it's so hard.
Who?
Kylie.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, girl, she postpartum and it's so hard. Girl, you know how many women walking around here with postpartum that don't have millions of dollars and a nanny to take their baby? I don't feel bad for you. Postpartum is rough. Like I said, I went
I
through
mean,
it.
I wouldn't wish. I don't know. I wouldn't wish
If
it on anybody, but I don't know. I'm just in general. I'm just ready to see new shows, and it's kind of, you know, time to start making a new generation of like who are the next, you know, people. Like let's look
Right.
for
Let's
some new
move on.
talent.
Cause we're
Let's
all living this Kanye stuff in real time. Like I don't want to revisit
like
this
he's
on Hulu.
isn't he in, he's 40 something, therefore like it's time to, you know, let's focus on someone, you know, someone else now. Like it's time for a new era, I think. And like the celebrity hoodness and the reality, like it's just a new, we need to move into a new pop culture era is what I believe. But
Listen, I'm all with you. And speaking of ushering in a new era, we gonna usher in a new topic, okay? And who is that? None other than what's coming up this week. You know what's coming up this week. Love and Marriage Huntsville. And
this show I'm not tired of. You can get rid
I'm
of a lot of
definitely
other
not
ones, but
tired, baby. Not, and we're
I'm
gonna
fine with that.
finally get something other than Mel and Martell, baby, because you know, after coleslaw, that's what I'm gonna call her. After coleslaw, did her Latasha K interview, baby, and was like, cause all y'all was there. You was in the bed with the linebacker looking bit. I said, oh, not the linebacker looking bit. So, baby, you is telling the tea on everybody else and their husband. Then you want to beg to get on the show that Carlos King has already said the majority of the cast have to go ahead on and vote you in, girl. You ruin any allies to exposing them women husbands because they might have knew their husbands was cheating, but it was still private. Now the mistress is calling up out of everywhere. Everybody want to be on the show. Then she walking around here, the girl talking about she feels suicidal. The show is making her suicidal. Now, don't get me wrong. Mental health is a very serious thing. But, ma'am, we as the people don't care that you're posting it on Instagram. Mama Cabbage. Mama Cabbage, as Funky Dineva so affectionately call you. Get your daughter, take her to the Betty Ford Clinic, get around there, get her some medicine, get her some counseling, get her something to help yourself. But see, now you're not suicidal because of the show, not the show you was just begging to be on less than 2 weeks ago, talking about your star and they're using your image and your likeness. Ma'am, don't know pictures of you get shown, don't know silhouettes of you get shown, they don't even have an actor come in and play like she you or whatever to keep your word. So your image and your likeness ain't being used. I want you to understand what using your image and your likeness is. But get the hell off my internet with this. Okay, because you was just begging to be on this show. You was just begging to be on this show that makes you want to kill yourself, but yet you wanted to be a part of it. Girl, stop lying. So here's my thing. It's one of two things. She's either doing this as a stunt to get on the show or do this as a stunt to get the show shut down. Like at the end of the day, you was dating Martell prior to Martell being on a reality TV show. However, you knew he was gonna be on that show. You continued to screw him, had 2, 3 abortions for him. Then you finally kept a baby for this married man that you knew was married. Call his phone and gonna tell his wife put him on the phone. You had no grace for her. You didn't give a damn how you made her feel. You didn't care. You wanted to let it be known that you was the one he was gonna be with. You talking about he left Mel for you, but he didn't file for the divorce. Mel filed for the divorce. He around here still bitter, and you still the side chick. You still playing second fiddle to Mel. Like at the end of the day, that interview you did with Tasha K did not endear us to you. You know what I'm saying? Endear you to us. It only made us not like you more. So, girl, I really hope I really hope you're not playing with mental illness like that because there's a lot of people out here that feel like they want to take their life. But man, before you was walking around here talking about, cause he is not my fault, he come back, cause I keep him coming back. It's not my fault y'all husbands love me. Keep that same energy and go the fuck away.
My thing is, I believe this was, yeah, just her one last trying to stick it to us, whoever the public audience, Carlos, the show, whoever. I think this was her one last good try at, yes, trying to get on the show, trying to garner attention, trying to change the narrative that she, like, you, it's just hard to, and it like you said, it's never about us trying to deny whatever she's feeling or saying that, you know, she's not going through what she's going through, because I mean, at the end of the day, we're not there in her head. It's just very hard to have sympathy for someone that consistently added more and more and more and more. Like, no one forced you to engage in this. You could have stopped this at any moment and you didn't. So it's really hard for us to be like, it's almost like you're trying to make it seem like you're the victim, or you know, like we should be feeling bad for you. And it's like, no, like you, and it's not negating anything that Martell did, because he, you know, yes, he took those vows. That was a commitment and a union that he sold his wife, that he was, you know, going to be faithful, all that stuff. Like, so that's something that he has to answer to and whatever and deal with. But you were an active participant. No one made you do anything like that. So why, again, are we sitting here now and we're supposed to feel bad for you and what you've been going through, when none of your actions were not consistent with someone that is going through those that if that's how down and bad you are, none of those actions that you were displaying were consistent with that at all. Just from my own personal experience, based on things that I've gone through in my life, based on things that I've seen others go through, like those it's
It's
just
not
not
matching.
matching. So it's very hard for me to sit here and be like, oh my God, like I haven't brought myself to being able to do that. And I don't think you need a place on that show at all, because like if you say this whole thing maybe has caused so much stress and drama in your life, whatever, so why would you even want to, like, what would your storyline even be? One. And two, it's not even, you always think that someone is, yes, talking about your likeness or talking about you, whatever. It's not even about you as much as it's about that it's a part of their marital issue, or that was a part of what happened in their lives. So yes, you're a part of that story, but it's not that anyone is sitting here trying to give you a platform to tell your, like, it's not about that. You are brought up indirectly when they're talking about the demise of their marriage. That's where you brought up. It's nothing
Right.
more,
No,
nothing less. So
but in her mind, the whole show about her.
it's really not. And even if it was, like, you sat there and you put yourself more in the mix than you had to be. No one had to even know your identity. No one even had to, like, you could have just stayed over there, and you know, no one would even have thought even more negatively about you. But most of the reason why we think so negatively about you is because you brought it onto yourself by putting yourself out there, and you were offered multiple times to try to tell your side. You always saying you know all this, and you got all this information and stuff like that, but every single time you're given the opportunity to come and display that, you don't do it. And you even have your own YouTube, so you had numerous opportunities to change and try and at least attempt to switch up how we view you, but you haven't done that. And I think it's just, you just want us all to maybe like hate Mel or whatever. And it's not even because I have some, like, I'm like a Mel stan or nothing like that. Like, it's not even anything like that. But like, just do what Arion does, what Cold Saw does. Like, do that, and just say over there, like, you're not going to be a part of this over here. Like, end of story.
And at the end of the day, you trying to get on a show that this lady, it was her brainchild.
Yes, and you talk bad. You tried to bring everybody else down too. So why would anybody? I'm not even. Honestly, it's not even so much about. I think just Mel is like, no. I think like everybody's probably
Everybody is
no,
like, no.
including Martell. He's probably like, no, like, because again, it was never about getting away from Mel and getting with you full time or something like that was never the case. I don't think at all. Like, just because he's not with her doesn't mean that he was just going to be, you know, you guys are just walking up the aisle next week. I don't believe that at all. So I highly doubt he even wants to be, you know.
I mean, I feel like he's still doing her how he been doing her, being bothered with her where he wanted to be bothered with
I'm
her,
sure.
and that's what
So you allow him to
Now
do that.
that might be why she wants to kill herself, because she really thought, you know what, I don't
That's why I
know.
said
I've never
he's
been
not off the
married,
hook.
and I've never dated a married man, but you know, when you watch the movies and stuff, they get that line from somewhere, so it gotta be somewhere true. Or even like when you watch the little divorce court and all that, it was like, he told me he was gonna leave his wife. Girl, women been saying that for years.
Now look at you, 2-parent household.
You know what I'm saying? And you believe in it. Like, that's dumb on your part.
Exactly. You sunk your own ship. I don't care.
Okay, I thought so. I didn't think
Um,
it was just me, but you know.
it's not. I thought what else, all this stuff is coming out the woodwork, over the past couple of weeks we've been seeing. And I thought another thing that was kind of interesting to me that I'm sure we're gonna see some more of come this season is this newfound friendship between Tisha and Destiny. Like,
Girl, you know
is it
how I
the I
feel
Hate
when I
Mel
roll my
squad?
eyes.
Like,
Girl, first of all, that is a friendship of convenience. Your enemy
mm-hmm.
is my enemy, and so now we're friends. Okay, that's first of all.
It happens.
But second of all, Tisha, you want to go be friends with Destiny, but Destiny's only loyalty I feel to anybody on that show is Martell. That's it. And Martell is also the man who have coleslaw running around here talking about the business that's gonna ruin your marriage, right? That's causing the spotlight to be put on your marriage. But okay, let's be friends with Destiny. Let's be friends with Destiny while Destiny sits up here and learn all of y'all business because y'all exposing it and y'all being transparent for the cameras. But yeah, we still don't know why Destiny's husband left her 3 weeks after she had that baby. Oh, okay.
I'm still curious about that. But what I thought was even more funny, speaking of Destiny Martell's friendship, so I seen somewhere that the indirect, like the when he was talking about not seeing his kids for 56 days and whatever, some post when he was going off lately, she liked the post. Destiny did, and I was just like,
Girl, let me tell
and
you.
people have always rumored them to maybe be a little bit more fond of each other than what they're putting on. So
That's where I was about to go with it. I promise you. I
I
think
wouldn't be
Destiny.
surprised. He's
I
not
think Destiny
attractive.
was the
She's not
coleslaw
unattractive.
before coleslaw. She did before coleslaw, after coleslaw, and right now. I do. I know this is my opinion. This is not fact, people. This is not. This is the Destiny been getting with Martell. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like, oh, Destiny should be friends with Mel. At the end of the day, Martell is beefing with Mel, and her loyalty lies with Mel, with Martell. I don't think Destiny
She
ever
knew
really
him
wanted
first.
to continue to be friends with Mel. I think she was just going over there trying to find out what Mel had going on just so she could run back and tell Martell.
That would make
You
sense.
don't have to leave the kids here. You can leave them with me. Of course, you wanted to leave the kids with you because you're trying to be stepmama.
That's
You've
probably
been
why the kids
planning
don't
on us.
like her, because they probably, kids be on to stuff sometimes. Like, that's probably why. But also, I'm never the one to say men and women cannot be friends or anything like that. But for some reason, Martell seems like the type of man that cannot be just platonic, just cannot just be friends with a pretty girl. Like, I
I'm
don't
not gonna
him.
say I'm not gonna say men and women can't be friends, but just
Mm-mm.
if you watch their interactions, it don't give off.
I just don't see him being, just never having tried anything with her. Like, she's not ugly. Like,
Girl.
I don't know. I'm side eyeing it now.
I'm sorry. I just think it's lame. Like, if y'all wanted to form a friendship, y'all would have been forming a friendship. You feel me? So I think it's lame to say, oh well, we gonna partner with each other. But you notice they was the only two that was missing from Mel launch party, and I don't blame Mel. I wouldn't have invited them. You know, when we saw the pictures
You
from
saw
Mel
Tisha and Destiny?
yeah, they wasn't
Oh, I
there.
thought you meant Martell. I was like, obvious. Yeah.
Girl. No, not Martell, but Tisha and
Um,
Destiny. You know, they were the only two that wasn't missing. So, which lets me know, baby, them two gonna be on the outskirts because all the other
yeah.
ladies was there and helping Mel and celebrating Mel along with our beloved Bondi.
We
Okay.
figured that off the reunion. It was that when Destiny was like, I haven't spoken to Mel or whatever, like, we knew that was, they haven't been messing with each other
And
like
I knew it was gonna be something between Keisha, Tisha, and Kimmy. And like, I'm putting their names together. Tisha and Kimmy, where they asked with girl, Carlos was messy. Carlos, you messy. I'm here for
would
it.
you be
But you
friends with her?
messy. He was messy when he asked if she wasn't your in-law, would you? If she wasn't your
No.
sister-in-law, would y'all be friends?
Hell no. Hell no.
No, she ain't. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't either.
Keisha, baby, that Keisha.
We
Lord, why she
stand,
want to
but
put their
we
name
stood with
together?
Kimmy that day. I think
Kimmy was looking at
everybody's
him
ready
like,
for
"Now you know
Kimmy.
I'm gonna have to go home and hear this from my husband, but I'm gonna answer it honestly." But I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the new season. I'm waiting to see what these two gonna bring because if everybody's storyline is hating on male or hating male, I'm not gonna get it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a male stan. You know what I'm saying? I like male. I'm not against male. But Miss Wanda, I don't care what she do. She be dead wrong. But I love Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda is an old to the 90s, baby. Miss Wanda make me want to go get some barrel curls with some spirals on the side. Miss Wanda is listed. Miss Wanda is good TV and she cracks me up.
She makes
Okay,
me
that's
want
why I
to.
love Miss Wanda. She good TV and she cracks me the hell up. But
She makes me want to like not open my mouth without thinking properly.
well, definitely that. But I don't care. I know one thing. Baby, you Tisha, you got enough going on within your household. You better not try to make Mel your storyline. Your storyline better be figuring out which linebacker your husband was in the bed with. Your sideline better be your storyline better be about what we just seen in the blogs a few weeks ago about that your husband while y'all out at the hotel together, he trying to meet up with this other woman. That better be what your storyline is. We want to know about the secret apartment round there. That's
That
what we want to know about.
what's it called? I'm not sure if you've seen also um Ima the shaman, how
Girl, I
she
saw the shaman.
I tried to get a picture of that, but I couldn't find a good one. I was like,
I'm
but she was
cleansing
just at
my
the party.
spirit.
She was just at the like her launch Mel's launch party. So I'm like, all of a sudden you realize, oh, this is too much mess for you, or you're a real shaman and you're a real spiritual healer. So you don't like it took you 3-4 seasons to figure that out. Like that there was gonna be some level of mess.
First of all, if you're a real spiritual healer, you
You would
wouldn't have
have
did what you
foresaw that.
did. You was gonna keep them people business with them people business. Then you want to talk about how Mel don't want to heal and she want to hold on to it. Listen, let me tell you
Exactly. You would
something.
have bowed out gracefully. You wouldn't have gone on there to say that.
Right. I'm a spiritual healer. Okay, Lauren can do a little bit better than you. Because one thing you have to understand as a spiritual healer, right? You work with people with where they are at. Now, I ain't a spiritual healer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a religious zealot, as my children's grandfather would say, okay? But I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I believe in the Bible, right? When people need healing, you gotta reach them at where they at. You can't make them be here when they here. You gotta work with them. It is level and stages to healing. Cause I might could get over this part, but I still don't understand why this had to be like this. And when you look at everything that's been thrown at Mel, her husband was cheating on her. He done had a whole baby. Like it's one thing when you going through that situation in regular life. It's another thing when you going through which that's their regular life, but for the world to see it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, everybody who you thought was your friends is sitting around here having round tables talking about how it was your fault and you should have been doing him more and you should have been doing this more when she was giving everything she could give. Man, that's a hurtful feeling. That is 100% a hurtful feeling when everybody looking at you and blaming you, but they ain't saying nothing about what he did. It's like, oh, okay, oh, you supposed to stay with him and help babysit the baby. I'll be down. I ain't my goddamn baby. Shit, girl. Ooh,
I just found it real funny that this you wanted to come out the woodwork with all this all of a sudden. Like, for what? For
girl,
what?
that shaman
If
can.
you were trying to protect your own peace, then you would have just left and we would have just never seen you again and it would just been the end of that. When 5 seasons from now we'd be like, oh, whatever happened to Ima, the spiritual, and then maybe you would have came out and addressed it. But no one asked for this. No one was
Listen,
wondering where you were at. Like
I'm a thought this was gonna do something to boost her up. Maybe her membership done gone down of her
I guess
shamanship. But let me
so.
tell
I
you
guess
something.
no one's been
Anybody who
trying
really
to
want a spiritual healing, if I was looking for spiritual
push
healing in
that.
a shaman, I wouldn't go to Ima because I'm gonna go out to air me out on the Instagram.
Apparently because
Some things you
I
just
wasn't
don't
hitting all
say, you
your
just
wickets
don't do.
of your healing wickets. Like, and I get it. Just like with any type of therapy and healing and any type of thing like that, there is a process and there is certain levels of consistency that you have to keep up with. Like you have to actually practice the tools and stuff that they're teaching you and actually take it serious. I get that. But everybody moves at their own pace, one. And two, like, you should have also been able to be like, hey, I don't know if this type of setting is conducive to your healing. Meaning, then you should have maybe suggested that she step away from the show for like a season or two. I don't think that would have been like something she wanted to do, but you know, that's ultimately as a if I was in her shoes, I would have probably been like, this is not, you know, this is making you like behave not and not in a way that is going to benefit you. So maybe you should step away instead of blaming her like she was like all like, oh yeah, I want to be like all this drama and stuff like no, she was dealing with the card that she was dealt at that time. So that's what you should have done. If you ask me, you should have suggested that.
What she need to do is get off our internet playing in our face acting like she a shaman. I ain't got no more for
confused. I was so confused and bothered, but I was so confused.
You know, I'm a shaman.
I was like, what is going on? But you were just at her, whatever. And you were talking about she was crying in the lobby? Like, what? Anyway.
I just can't wait. The mess starts this week. I can't. You know, I'm going to be texting you like, girl, you...
Yeah, I don't really have... I purposely... I mean, it's Saturday night, so usually I'll be trying to do something fun, but I ain't got no life like that. So I will be right here on my couch, parked, with my notebook, taking notes. And
listen, we got the rodeo. I told my kids I was gonna take them to the rodeo, baby. We gonna be there when it first open because I got to be here so I could tweet while it's going on. When it's
I know. I want to like, I hate like tweet. I don't tweet. If I miss it, whatever show I'm watching, if I miss it, that when it's first airing, I don't even try to tweet after it because I'm just talking to myself. Like it's boring. So I have to.
It depends. It depends on the show though, because sometimes like I've tweeted while I'm watching it, and then I'll go doing something else, and I'll be like, "Well, let me go see," because you know the West Coast gets it after we get
can't wait.
So then you have all of those fresh people that's watching and tweeting, and girl, it'd be hilarious. But it depends on the show.
Yeah.
And so I think for this show, I think it's gonna be hot all night long.
I still get retweets and likes even like the next day and stuff like that, but still like I like to be right in on the action.
Right, when it first premiere.
That's why I can't wait to move so that I've been at that West Coast time and I can actually like not be burning my eyeballs out trying to wait for things to come on at 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God. Anyway.
Yes, ma'am. So of course, you know, we gotta move because we're gonna be talking about them a whole lot coming up, all right? So of course, y'all know we're moving on to the what the fuck moments of the week.
You can say that again.
You know what happened when I put these glasses on the tip of my nose?
You can say that like 5 times. I already know what we're about to talk about, and I don't even know where to start, honestly. I don't.
Ooh! Amber Ali goes live from the hospital, claims she was jumped by Jocelyn and Ballistic and shows proof of bruised rib. I knocked Jocelyn out. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
You can go.
This raggedy bitch, Chanela Cabinical, I had just literally finished doing my review for the show and had literally just finished saying she is abusive. She's physically abusive. She's mentally abusive. She's emotionally abusive. To get out, because I cut my phone on Do Not Disturb, right? So as soon as I cut my phone back on to the land of the living, my phone is blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Because Instagram, Twitter, everybody is tweeting and talking about it, right? And of course, you know, in the Discord, everybody was posting it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But here's the thing. For Zeus to put up that raggedy statement talking about they do not condone bullying and violence, y'all condone bullying every goddamn show y'all produce with her. Y'all condone bullying.
Not even
y'all
just
condone
her.
Violence when y'all make it okay for her to do what the fuck she want to do to them girls. and then put it in their contract that they ain't supposed to do nothing back to her. Man, fuck you and your contract. A bitch kick me in some combat boots, bitch, we fight. You pitch something at me, we fighting. You get in my face, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up. Like, y'all created that environment. Y'all made that bitch feel like she was untouchable. And Ballistic, you a whole hoe out here. You a whole hoe out here. Point blank, period. They already said she and her little minions want to fight for her. So at the end of the day, she kicked that girl. If that girl got a lick back and she couldn't fucking handle it, oh well. That's women shit. Stay out of that. You a whole hoe out here want to be choking that girl and ripping a chunk of her hair out down to her scalp because Jocelyn getting her ass beat. If Jocelyn can't fight for real, she needs to stop selling fucking wolf tickets, keep her mouth closed, and shut the fuck up. Zushal better not have this raggedy hoe back for season 4. Talking about a goddamn cabaret. There ain't no cabaret. Fucking strip club. I'ma say like I said on my reel on Instagram. I blame Stevie for this because he should have left her where the fuck he found her at Chanel Cabinicore down at the strip clubs in Miami. He should have fucked the inductor and we wouldn't have to be dealing with this hoe. Because this coked up hoe, allegedly is doing too much. Your head done got bigger than what it is. But you not Beyonce, you not Rihanna, you not none of that. You only famous for your antics. You famous because people laughing at you because you really think you somebody artist out here. We remember you. We remember you in the studio with your Hennessy. Fuck me. Gosh, yo, washed up ass. Get the fuck on from here. You want to talk about Mimi, but you out here got a sex tape too playing with your coochie on Pornhub. Get the fuck out of here. You still a hoe. And you still ain't married to a second man that you called your husband, but ain't none of them wiped you up yet.
That's so tired.
But you want to act like you so much better than these girls. Girl, you better get the fuck.
Ooh, I think that's such a weird thing. Like when people are so pressed to say that, I don't understand. Just go down to the courthouse, pay your little $45, $50. I don't even remember how much it was. It was less than $100, I think. Pay that, get your marriage license, go right into the next room and say I do, so you can stop like posing as if you guys are really married. You guys are not really married. Like, it's weird to me. I don't get it. What I will say is Zeus not only promotes this type of behavior on this show, but they do it. I've seen it on every other show that's been on there. I can honestly not name. I don't really think I can name another show that I've seen on there that it was not like crazy. I really don't think so. And with that being said, none of what I saw surprised me. Or none of what I heard surprised me, because this is the same type of behavior that we've seen from her over the years. It's consistent with her character that she's displayed on every platform she's been on across. And then also just based off of the type of aggressive behavior he was displaying last season at the reunion towards the women, or I think it was more specifically towards Big Lex, that he was displaying last season. I always knew that he was capable of this type of thing. So I 100% believe what Amber is saying. Although, nothing has been 100% confirmed, this is all still, this person is saying this person saying this, but I will say not even just her. I think I sent you you seen what Gaia wrote, like
Mama Gaia,
that everybody's saying is consistent, is corroborating. Everyone's stories are corroborating with one another. So
right. Gaia said that she kicked Jocelyn, and then Amber was whipping Jocelyn ass, and Ballistic was mad because she was getting her ass whipped, and that's when he jumped on that girl. Okay, Capri said the same thing. I like to call her
Riri said the same thing. Lexi Blow said the same thing. I think that was it. And then, you got all of Jocelyn and apparently her 4 minions, which is consistent of her, Lollipop, Raven, and Black Diamond, apparently were running around in Gucci sneakers, being bullies and kicking people in the front, the back, the side, every which way they could. And I think that's absolutely disgusting, especially since no one was trying to stop anything when Jocelyn was going off. It was all, hey, don't touch Jocelyn, don't touch her, don't let nothing happen to Jocelyn. But as soon as they got one leg up on her, then security, then Ballistic, then everybody want to jump in. I think that's that's the corniest shit I've ever heard in my life. One.
Right.
And
At the
two,
end of the day, she should not be allowed to fuck with them girls like that. Like, ain't nobody about to keep doing all of that. And I'm sorry, once again, she not Rihanna. She not Beyonce. She ain't even Miracle Watts around this bitch.
I mean, I don't even
For her
care.
to be doing all of that. Like, at the end of the day,
Nobody at the end of the day should be able to put their hands
come
on
on,
somebody
preach it.
else and then think that that's okay, or just use their platform not to, like, you're not helping these women at all. You're literally degrading them and tearing them down even more. And now you're bullying them, like physically, like bullying them. And I seen a couple people saying that we, oh, like, well, they signed up for this, or they, came across it or whatever. No, I highly doubt. I don't know these women from a can of paint, don't get me wrong, but I highly doubt anybody goes into something thinking, yes, I can't wait to get my ass whooped for no reason at all. Like, no, they thought they were getting an opportunity to, whatever they wanted to get out of this, whether it be more bookings, gigs, whatever, to actually be on the cabaret with her, going on tour, clout, whatever it is. I highly doubt any of that resembles, I came on here to get my ass kicked. Like, I don't think that anything screams that, because that's the same thing as saying, oh, well, she wore short skirts, so she deserves to get hard. Like, no, that's not why, or whatever. So I highly doubt, again, that they went on that show thinking, yeah, like, that doesn't mean they deserve to get, physically assaulted. That's where you draw the line. Like, everything's out the window. Like, when you put your hands on somebody, when you degrade people, when you do all that, like, that's too much. Like, no one deserves that, no matter how they arrived at that situation.
Listen, she was a raggedy bitch when she came on our TV, and she's still a raggedy bitch.
So I don't think I need to be like.
I mean, I can't
there
wait.
Is a next season.
Zeus Network. I swear for the Lord up above, you better not cut not one bit of it out. You better not. But from what I hear, that man was too big.
I don't know what to expect. They're gonna have to, because it's like, that's the final. If they air that, they know that's the final nail in the coffin. But at the same time, if they don't air it, they know that we're gonna be looking at them.
Well, everybody already know about it, so you might as well air it. But from what I'm hearing, from what Gaia said, they didn't even get to finish taping the reunion because it got so big. Everybody was brawling, and Jocelyn and them, because Amber wanted to press charges on Jocelyn and Ballistic,
and they dipped out.
And they hurried up and got them up out of there so they could get the hell up out of California. Period.
Yeah, she said they already were at the airport or something, apparently, and like I said, everyone's stories are kind of lining up. The bits and pieces I've been hearing from everybody, but what I don't understand is how yes, they need to show it, but that's gonna be.
I won't see it. I don't give a damn. I won't see it.
I do, just because we've seen, like, and it's not to breathe life into drama or nothing like that, or like, I like to see drama, but since we know that everybody's alive and is safe now, at least, like, yeah, I do want to see it, and I'm curious to know exactly to what lengths they decided to be doing this, like pulling, like, what type of I'm like, why are you in women's business? Is what I just, that kept playing in my head. That just kept playing in my head. I'm like, why are you even here? Like,
why is Ballistic even there?
I don't know. All you need to do is show up at the club, play the songs, and we shouldn't see you until the next show. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Why are you even there? At the reunion, you can be there in the trailer or whatever. Jocelyn get dressed for moral support. But if nobody else, man, ain't there, he don't need to be there.
But you don't then be seen and not heard. Be over here. Then stay in the dressing room. Like, why are you in the mix is what I'm trying to understand. My husband would never, when it be me and my friends, like, he be all the way over there. Like, he doesn't even want to be listening to what the hell we be talking about.
Most men don't want to hear women click clacking and chit and chatting because they know we got something talking trash.
Most men I know. Most men don't.
So what type of man are you? I could see if one of those girls had their man there and their man was rushing with them, then yeah, like, people compared it to the situation with her and Stevie and and Benzino and Althea. But the difference in that situation was Jocelyn was trying to fight Althea. Stevie was going towards Benzino. So there was two men against two women.
That's
Sir,
totally
these are two women fighting.
two women fighting.
Two women fighting.
Four women
Jocelyn
fighting
was getting
on,
straight up handled by Amber by herself, according to every story that we saw. And then you had when Kay Capri went to go rush up for, right? You had Black Diamond in them on her side. So once again, it was women against women. Sir, why you put your hands on that lady? Like at the end of the day, she kicked that fucking girl. After she had done already talked to her like shit, demeaned her, and did everything she did to her on that goddamn show. If you don't want nobody putting your hands on your bitch, tell your bitch, man, you need to chill out.
That's what a partner who wants to see you actually blossom in life. That's how a partner.
You know what I'm saying? You need to chill out because you're going to talk to the wrong person crazy one day. Or you're going to put your hands on the wrong person one day who ain't going to care about this Zeus network or this contract. So I need you to go ahead on and chill out so they don't even put us in no type of situation.
That's what someone who cares about you and wants you to do great would tell you. But apparently he don't want that. Just like with Stevie and like for a minute, and when they came on Marriage Boot Camp or when I first saw them together, I was like, oh, like maybe this is good for her. Like maybe he's, you know, the yin to her.
He a light-skinned Stevie G.
He's just a different, a light-skinned version.
That's it. Their relationship is still the same. Toxic
stuff. Her music sounds 1 decibel better, but it's still.
Well, she got two. Listen, nah. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due.
It sounds better, but
she got two good songs. She got two. That Vegas song that she got on the entrance.
Top 100.
Oh no, it ain't. She ain't making Billboard Top 100.
I'm sure they'll play it in the clubs and whatever.
But she at least got 2 songs out of this man. We got nothing with her and Stevie, and that's about it. That's the only difference. Is Ballistic did make her those 2 nice songs, but when you listen to the rest of her songs, like girl, she had this song Red Velvet Cake. I bake you a cake. It's red. I bake it with love. Red. I said, what the fuck? What the?
That's why I said 1 decibel better. Like it went up this much.
Girl, all right, well,
but you know, along those lines,
we're about to get into our next section, which makes me feel like going to somewhere where they say teens. Okay, somewhere where they say teens, and that is our what?
TV teens.
TV teens, where we talk about all the shows we will be reviewing. All right, so now the first show, we might as well go ahead and keep up with who we are already talking about right now.
Yep.
Janela Benapor.
Yep. So obviously this episode aired before we even Lexi on one of her lives, I think she said there's about like 9, 10. I think we'll have like 2 more episodes before the reunion if they show that. So this obviously came way before any of these last couple weeks antics. So what was this, like the second show they did? I think that it was I was like kind of like grossed out for most of it because I don't know, it just the raunchiness, man. Again, I'm signing up to come see a cabaret. I don't expect to be at KOD. I just didn't expect that, and I keep every week. I guess I psych myself up to be like, oh, you know it. But every single week I'm still like, what does it smell like? What does it look like for real? What does it sound like?
What it smell like? Fish sticks and get baked.
Fish eye.
First of all, I can't even get to talking about the strip show because I'm not calling this a cabaret no more. This is a fucking strip show. Okay, this is just like going to the club with somebody performing. This is, to me, this is no difference than if an artist has some backup dancers and went to the strip club for a concert. Like, it's not a goddamn cabaret. I've been to a cabaret. They are beautiful. They are definitely a beautiful experience. But before I can even talk about this old raggedy strip club, because I must admit, my old girl lit her coochie on fire. I was like,
I thought that was weird. And I was like, get it out with your mouth.
I got a real serious problem with the way she threw them damn apples at the Chanel. Like, why would
Oh,
you do
why?
that
How
to
did I
her,
just?
knowing what
Yeah.
she went through last season? Why would you do that to her? It further cemented in my mind that Jocelyn only brought that girl back to humiliate her.
Mm-hmm.
You had no intentions whatsoever of having this girl in the cabaret. You thought she was weak and somebody easy for you to prey upon. Because the same thing she said she was saying to this man is the same thing that Lexi Blow sat there and said to this man. But yeah, you
He's
didn't
her
tell
pimp.
Lexi
She's
Blow,
their pimp.
don't tell this man nothing. She was having your back. The only difference is one wasn't trying to make a scene about it or be like, "Ooh, look at me, Jocelyn." She was telling him behind saying, "Hey, you pissing Jocelyn off." And I really felt like she thought that was going to endear her to Jocelyn. But Chanel, ain't nothing you can do to endear you to Jocelyn. I don't know what inside her is broken, but I hope it get the fuck fixed real soon. Real soon. Because she needs some help. Jocelyn ain't do nothing but humiliate this girl, make her look like a fool the whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if the cabaret is about being who's the best dancer, that should have been her and K Capri joining the cabaret. It should have been Chanel and K Capri, not Raven and her landing mark ass titties that she said she paid $10,000 for, and she got a whole landing strip on them. Get the fuck out of here.
God, I hate her titties so much. I hate them.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry. Them titties is ridiculous. You talking about you paid $10,000 for them titties. One moment you say 10, the next minute you say 8, the next minute you're saying 8 and some change, damn near 9, so you might as well say 10. Baby, 8 and some change. If it's over 5, you round up 1. That's 9, not 2. You don't round up to 10. But you look like you need to get about $8,000 back.
I hate them so much. Yeah, I glazed past that originally, but that definitely was already from the beginning. Well, it took me like 2 times to really figure out what happened. I was kind of confused what happened, but I know now. Um, I think, like you said, yes, she only brought Chanel back there because she knew, like, just like with this whole reunion fiasco, Jocelyn knows who to try, and she knows who, she can get certain reactions out of certain people, or she could
Baby,
she could put them
she
up.
straight up called the police on with Tommy. She wasn't trying to fight Tommy.
So it's just like, I understand. I understand you want your show to pop, but nothing's ever that serious. It's never worth it to be out here humiliating people. And like, Chanel was never a winner. She was never the winner. And even I saw in one of Lexi's lives, how she just said a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I just want better for Chanel. Like, I don't think, I'm not sure I don't think she's at the reunion. And I'm like, thank God, maybe she finally came to her senses. I never want to see her back on this show again.
I want better for Chanel, but I want Chanel to want better for Chanel.
Exactly. So it all
Because here's the thing. Big Lex obviously is popping because she got her own show. You know what I'm saying? Obviously.
You won the cabaret and you're out here looking, sounding the worst. You're out here bad and you're supposed to be the winner.
But look, here's my thing. And like I say, I posted my video and then I found out about all of this stuff. So at the time when I was making my video on yesterday, I did not know that her and Lexi Blow had fell out. And I promise you, if you watch my video, I said in my video, Lexi Blow, don't you for a minute think that Jocelyn is loyal to you, because the minute you start getting more traction and she feel like you competition with her, she ain't gonna have nothing to do with you. And what happened?
She don't want none
what
of that.
happened? I wish I could predict lottery numbers like that.
Facts. Yeah, they're not cool like that anymore. That's why I was saying before, like, apparently everything, and I feel like everything she was saying about Chanel, like, she wasn't like bashing her for real, but as much as I think she was just telling the truth, that she came in here, you think, she's a winner, she got this money. Yeah, she didn't even do what she was supposed to do, I think, with that money, because she still was out here needing money, needing Jocelyn to give her $300 for her outfits and stuff, apparently. So it's just like you said.
But here's the thing: it's not like they won no whole lot of money. If I'm already
$10,000, no, but
$10,000 is not a whole lot of money. And if I'm already struggling and behind, $10,000 might have just brought her out the hole. Which if it bought
Probably,
out
but
the
then she
whole
needs to
good,
be
but that don't mean I have more left to work with if I had nothing to start with.
exactly. But that just says where your focus is. So then your focus needs to be on some other stuff and not going back into a situation that means well. Like it doesn't. So she
Because
should
I
have
heard
taken
Zeus
that,
is
got herself
paying
out the hole, and kept right on.
pennies on a
She
dollar.
could have got bookings. She could have got stuff off of that. But
I mean, I would have
anyway,
put me together. I mean, that's not my lifestyle. I would have put me together a little reel or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Of me dancing either at different strip shows, me dancing on this show, and got me an agent. Like, she didn't work this the way she needed to work
that's
it
what
to
I'm
get her bookings.
saying.
Because there's too many music videos being shot. She better get like Dime Unique and go dance for the damn dungeon. Kandi ain't gonna pimp you. But anyway, I gotta get past this part because it ain't gonna do nothing but raise my damn blood pressure.
That whole thing was stupid, and like I
But
said,
the
Lexi.
show for a strip show, listen, I would have been amazed seeing somebody like their coochie on fire. I
To
was like,
watch, but it still was weird. I was just like,
I
why?
was like, why would you even want to think to put a match that close to your coochie? And K Capri, why would you take the burning match from her coochie? Your lips taste like singed coochie juice.
That was weird to me. Raven was way too hype. They were all like, I kept thinking they were just all too hype, just because like it just seemed like people who have never gotten nothing and people that were just way too happy. Like it was almost like the fake humbleness, man. When they were, oh, Chanel should have been here. Like I would have had it for her. Like you don't care about Chanel. You
At
don't.
all. None of them do.
Stop
None
that.
of
You
them do.
just
But
are trying
I
to
will
be
say this:
humble.
the way Raven, Black Diamond, and Lollipop was supposedly going up for Jocelyn at this reunion, I want them to understand how Lexi Blow was her right hand
You're gonna
man,
be
and
like
look how
Lexi
she did
Bro.
her. That's gonna be you next. But the only thing is, I ain't gonna feel nothing for them. Not nothing.
No, not at all. I think
Not a
that's
dip, not a zip, not a Zyla. Then Jocelyn, like, she really feels like she's a god. You know what I'm saying? Like, she came to the back, like, why they not standing up? They should be praising me more. They should be thanking me more. For what?
you work for me until you die.
You know what I'm saying? For what?
What does
But
that
she
mean?
said they did good. They understood the assignment better than any other girls in the cabaret. So it seemed like to me, if they understood the assignment better than any other girls that you dance with, I would think that you would be thanking them more. Because they really draw attention to the fact that after you do them first two songs, the rest of your songs stink. They ain't about shit. So they really take away from people paying attention to the fact that your raps is whack. But that's it. That's all I got for Jocelyn. I can't get at her no more. I can't give her no
Because
more
really,
review.
at this point, it's just kind of like reviewing
I'm
it
over it.
because
I
we
like I
know what
told
the
you when we was
outcome's
talking
gonna
about it.
be.
I said, girl, I
We know
can't
what
do
the
another
outcome's gonna
season of
be.
this.
It's not. There's no even masking it and trying to like, oh, dissect. We know what the outcome's gonna be, so it don't even matter what we said. It's nothing good. Nothing good came out of it in the end. So, what's the point at this point?
Right. I can't. So now we have to move on to another show that I'm done with. But we committed to these people that we was gonna do this show, and that's them tragic ass wives in Salt Lake City.
Okay. Um. Was this the third part of the
Girl,
reunion?
the
The
third
final
and
part.
final.
I
Put
mean,
this
I
show
was
in
just
the.
mostly, like I said, I was kind of eager to hear what some of the husbands had to say, but I mean, I shouldn't have been so much eager about it as much as I knew that they were going to still take up for their wives at the end of the day. So it really didn't give everything it should have gave because they were going to defend their wives and not. And since the husbands have a good relationship with one another, which is fine, whatever, fine, stay out of women's business, that's fine, but they're cool, so none of them are gonna ever like kick each other's back ends how they should have. I.e., was it Seth should have kicked the shit out of Lisa's back.
Listen, but I'm not gonna lie. I like when Seth took the high road when Andy said, "What did you think?"
And
When
he was like, oh, I slept with the other.
even when she said Meredith slept with the other with half
I
of the
was like,
young,
what else
and
that?
he was like,
That was
"Oh, she
funny.
didn't tell y'all I slept with the other half." I was like,
That was funny. Yeah, I did like that.
That was cool. I was like, all
Seth
right,
does have a
cool.
good energy about
You know what
him.
I'm saying? Like, I'm glad, even though I felt like he should dig in her ass, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he
Yeah.
took that and rolled with it. Like, I'm not gonna give you the energy that you thought you was gonna give, because now she don't know how to react. She ain't gonna know how to feel about it. She ain't gonna know.
Everybody came correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It put Lisa in an awkward place. Like, if I cuss you out,
Yep.
and I go off on you, then you already know where I'm at with it and how I'm feeling. But if I just, I make a joke about it and shrug it off, it really don't matter to me. But guess what? At the end of the day, you don't matter to me either. And we all know Lisa want to be missed and be important. But as far as I'm concerned, bravo, y'all can put this show in the casket and bury it by them OLG flowers that Brian was looking for the casket for.
What he did is kind of similar to what G did at the Potomac reunion when he said to Ashley, when he was just like, "Oh, my bad" or whatever, and didn't give her no more. That was what Seth did, I feel like, in that moment. And yeah, you gotta take the high road sometimes in life, even though you be wanting to go low. So I think that was good, and I also think it was.
Hey, did you see Whitney husband line talking about, oh no, that lawsuit is not still going on, sir? Yes,
it wasn't
the hell
even
is.
him lying about that as much as it was them lying about the savings. I'm like, the way you guys were about to be, you were pissed. She was crying. The energy y'all were showing about those savings was not
a savings for no damn cabin. They lying.
That was
not
all
the
your
cabin
money.
Savings. No, that was your whole life retirement.
It was.
Savings. And you done got, then the people done came on to your Ponzi scheme, so you can't go scheme no more money. Well, you can, but you know they watching you, so you got to figure out how you gonna run this next Ponzi scheme. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly, because I don't want nobody coming after us. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. And like, but here's the thing. They all want to give Jen that type of energy, but all y'all involved in some... all of their business practices just seem shady as fuck.
I mean, Meredith's don't. Lisa's do, because where is this tequila at? I never see it.
Tequila, that's... I mean, I've seen a few people on Twitter say they had it, but it's not available everywhere. But I don't understand how you having a good tequila and it's not in Vegas.
Heather's don't really seem that weird to me.
I don't trust none of them.
But whenever you have, I don't know where their family money comes from, but
we know where their family money comes from.
I just think that I mostly was excited to hear what Coach had to say, and I don't know.
He didn't say nothing. I was so disappointed.
No, but I wasn't surprised at the end, because he's not gonna. They gotta go. Well, I'm not even gonna say they gotta go home together, because he be here and she be there. So, but
that marriage itself is weird. But you know what? You know what it reminds me of? Remember, first season of Potomac. Remember first season of Potomac? What was her name? Oh my, Sharice and her husband. How he was the coach for the Pac-10 college.
Whole other wife, girlfriend, something.
I mean, he did. He was living away. But I'm just saying, you know how those, like, I might want to stay here, but you've got a coaching position here.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's not weird when you see people.
But their whole marriage seems weird to me.
But theirs is weird. I've seen people do that, and it's not no funny business. It's not weird, but
something about them don't seem. I think they're married on paper, and that's it. I think their marriage is just on paper. That's what it gives. Just a, I've seen people not legally married closer than and with more chemistry than I've seen Coach Shaw and Jen. I will say I didn't know that he was a lawyer for 13 years. I didn't know that. And I'm like, he left being a lawyer to be a coach. But I mean, I guess if that was his dream, then he followed his dream. But then also, I didn't know he was a sports agent either. So can we, and like Coach said, some of these outfits y'all seeing her in, which I think is a lie, because she had a whole designer. He was like, she been having for 20 plus years, because we had the money.
A lot of those things were not even like, okay, a lot of those things were not even vintage items. So that doesn't make sense. You didn't get that 20 years. I know for a fact that was last season's Gucci spring collection. Like, that's not.
Nah, that dress she had on when Emperor's New Groove came out, that's Yzma collection, 1999.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Girl, oh, it's the Disney movie Emperor's New Groove.
No, I
It
know,
was
but I don't know what outfit you're talking about.
the one she had on at the reunion.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
That's Yzma collection,
I'm not saying she doesn't have
1999 or
any
whenever.
pieces that she's
So
collecting
she
over the
might have
years,
had that one.
but it still wasn't adding up. That's not adding up. The way she's being all like, oh no, me and Stu, like he was never my business partner.
But do you know, Coach made it very clear. He wasn't being Coach like, I'm not being investigated. I'm good. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
When they asked him, "Are you worried about?" He said, "I'm not worried about anything. All my finances are in order. Everything, all my paperwork in order.
That's what I'm saying.
Good."
They got 2 separate bank accounts, like, which is fine. Not everybody has the same bank accounts. I totally understand.
Coach ain't stupid. Coach got that separate bank account because he knew her ass was around there scheming and scamming them old people. Allegedly, we're gonna say allegedly till they find her guilty. But you
got his
can't in
business,
one
we got our
hand, Jen,
business.
say you run everything, nothing goes on in your company without you signing on it, and then turn around and say, "Oh, but I ain't know they were scheming people." Well, then clearly you wasn't signing off on everything, or you wasn't aware of everything, but you were aware. You were aware, but whatever. Meredith, oh, I mean not Meredith. Heather, old American Dad looking, you know. You know she looked like the daddy on American Dad. I know you wanted to kill me when I sent you that picture. You was like,
I mean, yeah, it's like I can't ever get it out my head. Yeah.
That's what she looked like.
Excuse me. I just don't understand. And also it pissed me off too how they have been going so hard against Lisa this whole season, and then they want to ask for hugs and have a kumbaya moment. Like,
y'all was just dragging her less than 2 minutes ago.
Her mouthing, sorry, to Meredith. No, you're not. Because none of that stuff was like, no. You've been sitting on that and marinating on that for a while.
Listen, at the end of the day, Whitney and Heather are fake as fuck. They know Lisa gonna keep it going, and so they wanted to leave out of this. Like they said everything they said, and they meant everything they said. The only problem is they can't stand on it for when the next season starts to take. So that's why the I'm sorry's and the kumbayas coming in, because we don't know who they're gonna bring in next season. Mary's not here. You know they always add an additional wife or an additional friend of the show. So we need to be in Lisa's corner. We don't know how Meredith's gonna stand with us, because we just accused this lady of her daddy not dying and not really mourning and grieving her daddy. So they need to kind of have some type of alliance besides them two, because them two are not strong enough to carry the series.
That's mostly how I felt about Lisa. Like, why she obliged and was receptive to their olive branch or whatever you want to call it. That's what I kind of felt about her.
She needs somebody to do her dirty work. That's why she obliged. And she know they're stupid enough to come back and do it for another season.
And Meredith is just like, Meredith is gonna be good regardless. So she don't care. I don't know what these 2 new housewives are gonna give. I haven't really read up, or I'm not familiar with them yet. So I don't know.
I ain't read up because I don't care, because I don't plan on watching Salt Lake City. The salt, the lake, and the city can hold sync for me. They can burn in hell. I refuse to watch this racist shit. I refuse.
No, I'm really kind of like, where I stand right now, I'm good on it. Like, and I just don't see myself ever reviewing it or whatever. If I was to catch it and see like, is this gonna do something? Like, then that's different. But as of where I stand right now, I'm Salt Lake City out. Like,
yeah. All right. So now we have to go to what these crazy women. You know, you put me on this show. Now you sit up there looking confused.
Oh, you just said men, and I was like, or you just said women, and I was like, there's some men up there that I'm side-eyeing too. But yeah, probably more so than the women this season, honestly. Kevin, Rick,
girl, that ex-girlfriend that keep popping up.
Well, not even Harry. Both Harry and Indy are like neck and neck right now with me. Like, it was just her.
I want Indy to send that baby home.
I guess that's where we'll start. Absolutely, like, unacceptable. Like, when I tell you unacceptable, I mean every syllable, because there's no reason why you should have, your baby out and about at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever time it was. It was probably closer to 4 a.m. by this time, at least, probably past that. 2, you're out here spending money on things that you don't even have nothing. You have no money to spend. So I don't even know.
Because we know he ain't had no money when he got out of jail, so that was her money that was buying all the food for the people at the halfway house that he was at. That's
not a chance in hell.
Exactly. Number 2, I came out here with no job and a little bit of money, no place to go, and I have my baby. We can't be pissing off your people and your family. We don't have nowhere to go, and you don't have a pot to piss in the window to throw out of to put me and my child up in. Baby, he would have been walking the neighborhood because I done got up in that good room the sister had for me and laid the fuck out. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even been there.
This is between y'all. And, tomorrow I'll reassess my situation and try to go from there. But for tonight, I'd appreciate it. If the offer still stands, I would like to lay my head here. I don't know what he's going to do, but and then we talk maybe in the morning and try to figure something out in the morning. But as shit stands right now, or actually wouldn't even be nothing to talk about. I'm like, can I stay here for the night, for the next couple hours? I will be going first thing in the morning back home.
Correct. And if she didn't have too much money left over because she done bought food for everybody at the damn halfway house, I'd have called my mom and said, Mama, I need to come home. He done got out of here tripping with his sister. We ain't got nowhere to stay. Can you send me a good cash app? And I need to get home.
That's what I'm saying.
And me and my baby would have been on the road. Damn late. Nope. She dumb as hell. Then she told this girl, she holler about this first night wasn't how I thought it was going to be. And what did you expect? We had to have sex in the bathroom because my baby in the room. I'm like, that's what it was going to be at your sister's house. What, you was going to put your baby out the room? So you can get some
couldn't have been that high in other people's house. They can never be that high because you're always going to be in someone else's house, hotel, whatever. So it can never be that high, and your baby's always going to be in tow. So I don't understand what that meant. And I also don't understand, like, I will give it to her. I seen some snacks and stuff. I didn't see no real food, but I did see a couple snacks, whatever. So she had at least something.
I mean, she probably had snacks that she could put in the car. She might have had real food that she had put in the house.
Plastic tote. I didn't even see no luggage. Like, you ain't even got no luggage? You got plastic? Whatever.
You moved to a whole nother state. Where's the rest of your stuff? But that might be just what she took that she could put in her car for that. I don't know.
Whatever happened to stuff in that U-Haul is what I'm asking, because
maybe it was in the storage.
House. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, she went back to her sister's house last time. So what happened to you still have another shot? Okay.
Girl, move on to the next couple because I can't with Indy. Indy remind me of them kids that ride the short yellow bus.
You had one job. All you had to do was check in. You had one job, and now you're looking crazy because you don't want to have an ankle monitor now when you had one job.
Right. It's his fault he on the ankle monitor. You wanted to be so big and bad, talking trash to your sister when your sister was only telling you the right damn thing to do. Now you ain't calling, checking with your parole officer like you were supposed to, while you worried about wanting to drink and smoke and want to blame your sister and them for drinking and smoking when you wanted to drink and smoke any damn way. Okay, you got to do this parole. At the end of the day, your sister and them going to still be walking around here free, still not come and visit your ass because she got bills to take care of and to take care of your mama because you ain't there to help her do it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you needed to call your parole officer and check in like you were supposed to. So now you have to wear an ankle monitor. You can't blame it on nobody but you.
A couple people were upset with his sister for not taking up for him with the parole officer, and I was like,
I
wouldn't. That's put me in a compromising position. And 2, you didn't care about me when you was talking about them, all my family in the halfway house, and no one was here for me and that and other stuff. So,
and at the end of the day, when they would have said what she was supposed to do, when he said, put him on the phone, wake him up, get him out the bathroom, bring him the phone.
Well, it was more so like you could have been like, oh, I heard him leave out early this morning or whatever, but he was here last night. That's too much. That's too much. Like, I don't get my life, and it's not to look down on anybody, and drama just be happening sometimes. I get it. But my life is so far removed from getting myself in other people's stupid shit. Like, I don't have time to be lying for no, like, don't come over here with that. Like, I don't need that. I got my own stuff. Like,
He got mad and wanted to leave because he was in his damn feelings and fucked up his own situation. So that's why next. I ain't got no more to give Indian Harry. They both stupid.
Taylor, was it Taylor and Chance? Nothing much really with him. He got out super abrupt. So
girl, when the car broke down at the jail, and they had to get the jump.
It's like, girl, like, come on. I mean, she couldn't. I mean, she needs a new battery because that shouldn't have taken all that. But you know, I hope he comes. He had a good, like, he looked good. I'll give him that because, you know, sometimes they come out looking weird and
yeah,
he looked good.
I wasn't expecting him to look like that. He was decent.
He looked healthy. He did. I'll give him that. But I hope how they were, you know, he was lighthearted and, you know, had a good spirit about him. I hope he keeps that same energy once he meets her sister and gets back to the house and stuff like that. I hope he don't switch up and start trying to act all big and bad and like he runs the place, because
you know that's what he gonna do. He already want to put the sister in the garage. I'm
just hoping for different. I'm really praying that
the sister gonna beat his ass. The sister gonna make him be talking through the toilet. He keep playing because she know their life.
Facts, but nothing really big happened with them.
Nothing happened with them.
What was it? Freaking Rick and Radine. Shout outs to her dad. I like him and her.
Baby, her daddy said, she coming here because I need to watch her and make sure, because she's gonna be able to get
in agreement with that. You can't,
because she's gonna be able to get you to do some stuff that she don't need to be doing. And I was like, come on, daddy, you could come over here and visit. But can I just say how Rick, Walmart, Target, you know, me and you was talking about it. Hell, even Walgreens sell packs of underwear. Now, ma'am, you done been in jail. So, I mean, look, Walmart got some nice lacy. You could go
in the best section. Like, ugly.
They got some nice lacy thongs that you can buy for $2.98, sir. You could have bought about 8 pairs of them. You could have bought some regular pack. They got the boy shorts. They're like $2.98. Baby, $700 on some underwear that you don't have. It's one thing if you have it and you want to buy it, but you could even with, like, it's places that you can buy sexy lingerie from that ain't spending $800 that you don't have. But girl, that roommate, Radine ain't gonna be feeling coming up with that roommate like the daddy say. She have a drug problem, and the first thing she gonna do when she be around somebody that smokes some weed, she gonna want to smoke, and she's gonna want to go back into doing her heavier drugs that she want to do. So I think that's only fair, because at the end of the day, all right, if me and you, that's like me and you decide to be roommates, and I decide to give me a prison babe who was hooked to drugs. Now I'm paying my portion of the rent. I've been smoking in the hill like I want to smoke, and then you gonna tell me because your prison babe have a drug problem, I can't smoke my weed, I gotta leave to smoke. I'll be damned. I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing to pay half these bills, and you moving in a whole nother person up here. I'm not doing that.
Well, that just means like maybe this is not the best environment for her. That's fine. You want to smoke your weed, that's fine. She can't be around it, that's fine too. But we just don't need to be under the same roof then, probably, and that's fine. Not even just because of that, but because she, you know, sometimes it's very hard for people to coexist, and even just her and him, like, you guys have never even lived with each other. That's already going to have its own growing pains, and then you put another person in the mix, like, that's
right. And then, you know, for women are territorial about their home, their kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, some women be like, I don't want another woman in my kitchen. But you have to understand, like Radine, that wouldn't be your kitchen, because this woman pays bills here and was living here before you. And Radine was already feeling like the woman need to leave. She need to go. They ain't gonna get along. She already sensing it's gonna be a problem before she even come home.
I get both sides, but
listen, I understand. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I get it. You know, I get it. But I think the best place for Radine is with her daddy and her mama.
Exactly, because they have her best interest at heart. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but
I don't feel that he doesn't have her best interest at heart. I just don't feel like he hit the environment. I feel like she's gonna be able to get him, because he's so happy to have her the minute she want to drink, do whatever. And considering the fact that he's still struggling with his demons and trying to get over using drugs, if she comes in and, you know what I'm saying, and she can manipulate him, like the daddy says, she manipulates you to do what she wants you to do. So she needs to be in an environment where people are stronger until, because it's one thing to be sober in jail. It's another thing to be sober when you come home and you can get to it. So I
The,
think
the
that that is
parents
100%
can.
right. But I do feel Radine is wrong for telling him, "Oh, I'm coming to you," knowing she was going home to her daddy because her daddy ain't having that shit. But
The
can I just say,
parents
when
are
they showed
going
her daddy
to.
only had one leg, I was like, "Where's the other leg?" I kept looking for it. And then when they showed him sitting in the chair, I said, "Oh,"
Yeah.
because I felt like I was missing something.
The parents are going to offer her another type of stability and are going to be a strength to her that he can't provide. And that's
Correct.
fine.
And the dad knows what she's going through because he went through it.
Yes, and he's already on the whole other side of it. Whereas with Rick, he's just on the first couple, bouts of being past certain stuff, but he might not have the mental fortitude to be strong for himself and for her versus her father. That's a different type of bond, a
Right.
different
He's
type of
years
love.
past it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he can, be that strength. Usually sometimes we can be comfort to, people that we are related to or have closer ties to than we can like a stranger and stuff like that. So, that's his child. So he's going to like really push through, being that stable, solid figure in her life more than you probably can. You might get overwhelmed by, just you living with a woman now and you guys getting art. Like there's just so many things that come with a relationship, with being with somebody or whatever, that you can't get all like he's gonna love. Unconditional love is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And you don't have that with her, and that's what she needs. And again, you don't have the best environment for her to prosper in at this time, and that's fine. You guys can date, but she needs to live over there and you need to live over here. Like, what is the purpose? Trying to take off a week from work and stuff. You're already doing it wrong. You need to stay in work so you can stay recouping that $733.94
Come
that you
on
just
now.
paid.
Preach your word.
But you don't hear me though. So it's just, I don't know how that's going to unfold and who even cares at this point because she's still in jail because of what. So who knows when she'll even get out.
Come on. Who we got next?
Kayla and Martell, they need to address the elephant because it'd be him, it'd be her, and there's this big ass elephant in the middle, and we just need to lay it all out there because they're in this blissful bubble right now, and it's gonna get burst real quick. Like he thinks that she hasn't been with nobody. She knows the truth.
First of all, can I say, why do we need to know she was sitting out there with no panties on?
She's like kind of weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't need to know you ain't have on no panties. First of all, we saw the outfit that you had on, and we didn't see no panty lines. So we knew you ain't had on no panties.
I couldn't get past her shoes, so I didn't even look up.
Girl, the shoes was horrible.
I was like, why do you own those?
The shoes was horrible. It gave me Spice Girls.
It wasn't that. It gave me like 2014, 15.
I was done with that whole outfit. I was done with that whole.
You could have put on his jeans and a nice shirt. Like
me personally, and then you standing out there with your feet hurt, baby. You don't know what time this man gonna end up showing up, right? Because they say one time
they always come late.
You know what I'm saying? They always be late, depending on, because if something happens in the jail, right? And I know this from my mom working, being a nurse. She works nursing at both, the prison and the jail or whatever. If something happens at the jail that they have to take care of first, like a high priority, a fight or whatever, everything stops.
Yep.
Until that gets calmed down, and then they'll go. Or maybe somebody's paperwork didn't come over on time. So you might have was supposed to be released on this, but they was waiting on this to come through and clear. So maybe you might want to go comfortable and don't be in a rush and pack you a snack or something. You know me, I'm always about the snack and the food. So that's one thing. Number two, I definitely do agree that they need to address the elephant in the room. Even though she said she hadn't had sex with somebody in a year and 8 months, I just feel like, first of all, you shouldn't have never agreed when he got sentenced to like 13 years is not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months, a year, 13 years. You want me to go without because you got caught? You know what I'm saying? Like, she should have never even agreed to that.
I
And if
wouldn't
he
even
couldn't
got
deal
his
with it,
head
then and she
thinking,
wanted to prove that she still loved him, then she could have still visited him, wrote him, whatever the hell else. You know
which
what I'm
is
saying? All he had
fine.
to do was turn her down, say no, leave me alone. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am. But yeah, I agree with you. She definitely need to go head on and say something. She might want to tell him why he thinking about it in that rehab. So not the rehab, the halfway house. So that way when he come home
She
from
needs
the
to tell
halfway
him
house,
before they get
decide if we're
used to
gonna
each
do this or
other.
not. But can I just say, I felt like why y'all? I mean, I know they want to get it in, especially him. I know they want to get it in. But my thing is, it's traffic. Like he has to report to this halfway house by a certain amount of time. Y'all had 11 hours in between the time that he was dropped off to the time he needed to report to the halfway house. The halfway house was a five and a half hour drive away. Y'all don't know what traffic gonna be. Cause sometimes I've been on a road where if it's a wreck and it's like, some of those roads are just 2 lanes, it's not a full highway. So if it's just 2 lanes and it's a wreck covering one lane, or one time out, it was a wreck where it covered both lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like the wreck was in one lane, but the fire trucks and everything was right here. So we was just stuck. We literally sat 2.5, damn near 3 hours before we were able to move. So you not taking none of that in consideration. You know what I'm saying? And them people ain't gonna want to hear, oh, it was a wreck, we couldn't move. But what you was doing all of these previous hours? Like I know they wanted to get it in. They could have been riding, talking, catching up, drove to where they had to be and got them a room close to where the halfway house was. That way you already there. Cause what happened in 13 years, girl, that man might bust a good nut and it can't wake up.
That's what I said. I totally think, yeah. Me
If
just being
we
a
oversleep
person,
30 minutes and he got to be here for 11 and it's 10 o'clock and let's say we sleep till 10:30. All right, we already still in the same city, in the same vicinity. That just didn't make no damn sense to me.
me being a person that doesn't like driving already, I'm like, I just want to get that out the way. And two, because of, yeah, you never know what could happen. Like you want to get, that's just me, how I am in life, just in
It
general.
ain't
Like,
like
if I
this.
could drive, if I gotta be somewhere early in the morning one day, like if I gotta be in Virginia Beach in the morning, like I'm gonna just drive there tonight and just get it over with, like that, and stay in a hotel. That's fine. I also don't understand, or I also feel like she should tell him right now before they get too comfortable with each other and too, familiar with each other and used to being around each other. One, and two, so they can start off on the best foot possible. Let's just get all this out the way. And are
She
we
should
going?
have never agreed to it. She should have just
I
said
don't
it
know
from
why
the
she even
beginning.
bigged his head up to thinking that that was something that she was going to be like. I would have told him, he would have said it, and I'd be like, look, I'm make sure it ain't nobody or I'm not gonna bring no embarrassment to you. I'm still gonna, accept your calls. We can still talk, whatever. And when you get out, like, sure, we could try, but I'm gonna do me until then. You just don't gotta hear about it. Like, I'm not gonna be, up here like telling you and whatever. But I'm not about to stop my life because you decided to ride around with crack, cocaine, and firearms. That makes no sense at all. And it's not, and especially because it's not like we had, we had already started a family or we were, married. I'm saying that because she clearly wants to be married. We,
Right. I don't
no
doubt that she
commitment.
loves him. I just think she should have never agreed to
How long?
something that's impossible.
How long were they together before that? I don't even remember.
I don't remember how long they said they were together prior to him going in, but they were together with him going. I mean, listen, it's amazing that she's still there after 13 years. Some people might give you a good 6 months, 7 months, a year, maybe two. Um, but so that proves that she does have some type of love for him. But I mean, child, I think he gonna do.
I'm still torn on how I feel about her, like being like, oh, I'm ovulating. Like on one hand, I understand. I've been waiting for this man for 12 years. They were together before that. Like they probably already would have a kid or two by now, probably. But it still was like, girl, you also understand he needs to get back up on his feet, right? Like
She baby, she said I'm ovulating, so I don't know how I feel, but I'm gonna just let it happen the way it happened, baby. I hope the pull out method ain't guaranteed, honey. He get a little drip salsa. I mean, cause listen, I mean I don't know what happened in the prison. You know what I'm saying? He might have had a little female guard he was tapping or whatever. But 13 years you ain't felt no wet. He might get in there and go.
I don't
I'm
know.
just saying.
Never had a penis, so I probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, I don't know for men how it is, so
That's what I don't
I
know.
can't say, but
It
I'm
would
just
make
saying
sense.
13. Let's just say if he haven't done anything, right? 13 years you done been backed up, and now you finally get that wet, and you.
That's a long ass time, and
It
especially
just
because she
seemed like
hasn't.
it'll go.
She says she hasn't done anything or been with anybody in a year and a half too. So that's like.
She gonna be pregnant for the end of the season. Next couple. That's my prediction.
I think the last couple we saw this week was Kevin and Tiffany.
Tiffany gonna come out of Kevin. Tiffany gonna come out of jail and beat Kevin ass and that ex-girlfriend.
And it's all Kevin's gonna be Kevin's fault.
Kevin needs to go ahead on tell the ex-girlfriend, listen, man, I got somebody. My girl about to be here. Go ahead and move around. Not that I think that would stop the ex-girlfriend from coming around. I think that would make her cause the scene even more so, right?
That's probably why. I think that's why he hasn't told her, but he's also doing Tiffany a disservice because she's about to walk into a whole shit show.
Situation that she don't know. And like the ex-girlfriend said, we was just having sex on Sunday. Sir, you keep saying that you don't want her around. You want to just be her friend. That's it. But you keep going to stick your dick in her.
Another person who's saying one thing and her actions.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this woman been loving you for 6 years. You keep coming back. Like she said, Sunday is our day. We spend time together. We have shows we watch together. Yada, yada, yada. So now that this girl is almost about to be home, now you want to completely cut that off without no explanation and you don't feel like you owe her one. But yet, when, you know what I'm saying, when you getting horny and you need to get a nut, you go and visit her. Knowing like this, you need to completely cut it off.
Some people don't have that like maturity.
You know what I'm saying? You need to cut it off. But then she's standing up there saying, I'm going to keep coming around. And she's telling him, I'm going to keep coming around till I figure out what it is. Because if you got somebody, why you can't just say it? And I'm like, baby, she going to come around. And Tiffany going to be then came home. And Tiffany going to end up cutting him and her the fuck up. Okay? Like, don't play with me like this. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what this lady... I mean, y'all talking, but she might not tell you everything that she done been going through inside the jail. You know what I'm saying? So
don't nobody want to get out and deal with more bullshit that they ain't got nothing to do with?
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's setting Tiffany up for a problem, and I feel like he needs to be honest with the ex-girlfriend. But I also feel like, ex-girlfriend, you just need to go ahead and move around because stalking him on Instagram to find out where him and his friends at for boys' night, and then just showing up and ruining the boys' night. Like, hey, come talk to me, come have a drink with me. Girl, let that man have his time out with his friend. Did you see his friend's face when she walked up? Like, here she like.
Because they were just saying how he has a horrible track. Like, that's why they were kind of like, okay, what's Tiffany about? Because Kayla and whoever else he maybe have dealt with in the past, he has a horrible track record about himself.
Right. So,
I understand why the friends are like, are you sure this is hitting for what you say it's hitting for? Because based on your past,
you thought this one was like that.
I would totally be like that. But he, like I said, he's doing her a completely disservice. And I think that someone's going to wind up getting hurt and whatnot. But at the same time, this all ended with the same exact situation as like Rick and Radine and everybody else. It seemed like she not even getting out or, you know, stuff happened over there. So who even knows? But again, that only gives him, actually, this is good for him because it gives him more time to straighten his life out before she gets out.
Right. But, so he need to completely cut that ex off while Tiffany is in the halfway house.
And at least tell her, that's the thing. If he at least tells her and then she still keeps being crazy or whatever, at least he told her he's not hiding anything. You know, it is what it is. But for him to not even tell her and she's telling you, I'm still going to keep doing all this, like, you're being selfish. And it's only going to blow up in your face really bad. And it's honestly, this is like one of those situations that's very unique, I feel like, on this show. Because usually we're all looking at the person who's in jail, like, funny, but right now,
typically you would be looking at the person who was the prisoner as
I don't even care about
the
her
person as the effed up person, right? But
I want her to do better at this point, and she's the one getting out of jail. So it's like he's he's weird, man. He's weird. He's way too old to be acting like that. You got a whole grown son who knows better than you. Like,
baby, I still can't get over that son that I didn't think he had no kids, but okay. But that shows his level of maturity right there. Baby, his friends was looking disgusted, okay? They was looking disgusted. Like, even when he got up from sitting with her with drinks, because first of all, they were already sitting there. So now they had to go squeeze at this little table when they had their own little booth where they was all stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Looked like more friends had came. Now they all huddled around. And when he walked up, they was that one friend that had the tattoos all up here. They was looking like... it was the look on his face.
He was like, and then the other friend in the middle, the other friend just automatically got up. He was just like,
but he already knew what was up. He can't stand her. He hate her goddamn guts. Okay, the look on his face showed hatred from the soul.
Mad at her because he's been letting her get away with this for so long. Like, you keep breathing life into this every single Sunday when you go over there. And I believe her. I believe that seems like something they would do. They'd watch their shows and they would
do what they do.
Like, I totally believe that she was telling the truth.
Yeah, so, she like, he be spending the night, never, like, he never denied it. You know what I'm saying? He never denied anything. And she was like, so you don't want this no more? He was like, yeah, nah, we can't do it anymore. But even in saying that, yeah, nah, we can't do that anymore. Let's just be friends. It wasn't a confident nah. You know what I'm saying? It should have been like, nah, I'm not fooling with you like that. Either we gonna be friends or we not gonna be friends. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We not about to do that no more. That part of our relationship is dead. He never did that. He never said that. It was kind of like a nah. It's like he didn't want to say it in case things don't work out with Tiffany. Or he know Tiffany still got to be in this halfway house for a period of time. So I'm going to still come give you this jug while she over here. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just go ahead and dead that situation.
Yeah, probably just greedy for no reason.
I don't know, girl. I can't wait for next week. We don't see.
Actually, it's tomorrow. That's crazy.
That's right, because it's Thursday. We definitely have to do it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, tomorrow. That I think next week's show will be back with pretty much the same lineup, including Love and Marriage Huntsville. So y'all definitely need to tune in for that because I'm so excited. Did you check out on OWN? Like, that's kind of what Marcel was going off about, actually, on OWN, the social mania.
Yes, special. I did, but here's my thing with that, right? So I get what he's saying. You know, they didn't put about Tisha in her journal, but baby, the way in her self-confidence journal, but the way her self-confidence is set up, I don't want that damn journal if I'm gonna end up like her. Okay, I'm not buying it. But the truth of the matter is, constantly. It was a social media edition. So what was going on social media and what people were talking about on social media, and Marcel, you and Tisha just wasn't it. But now when we get to talk about the apartment and your mistresses, y'all gonna have something to add next season before it come on. Like, at the end of the day, y'all was supporting cast to the Mel and Martell show. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it was. It's always been like that. They had the most drama.
It's always been like that.
Drama. Like, you had them commenting on their situation. You had them throwing jabs at each other and going live. Then you had the side piece going live, throwing jabs at Mel. So now Mel and the side piece throwing jabs, and even y'all participation in the social media was about what Mel and Martell had going on, not y'all stuff. So at the end of the day, you wasn't on social media like that for us to have something to put in a social site. It's not about you and your wife.
But that's the thing. This is literally just based off of us as the viewers. We're always going to tell you guys what we like, and we're going to respond to what we want to respond to most and show you the parts of people that we care about the most. And it's always been Mel and Martell. That's just what we as even before the affair have always gravitated toward. And it's not even going off of anything that like is fabricated or anything like that. That's simply their lives. And it sucks because most of it has been detrimental and a lot of feelings have gotten hurt. And it's been a lot of just drama that wasn't even good. but that's just been their lives, and that's what people respond to. So it's not even them trying to like make up things to like be that. It's just naturally who they've been. So it just looks, you look jealous at this point because, you know, you're sorry that you don't have the, you shouldn't even want to have, if you're jealous because they're getting all this attention for what they got going on, you shouldn't even be jealous over that, because it came from a destruction of a marriage ultimately. So do you, if you want that, that's fine. And
Well,
then
he might be trying to get,
though,
he might be trying to get rid of Tisha.
Power to control his own story. You got plenty of rumors going around about you that I'm pretty sure would have got you up on there and would get you guys more recognized, but you choose to only address the things you want to address. So if you want more camera time, then address these other things, and we'll come around there and watch.
He's girl. I can't wait.
Do it because he knows it's true.
This point blank period. I can't wait, baby. Let me go ahead and get me some popcorn.
I'm so excited. I
should not be this giddy.
No, I'm definitely excited. There's just, you know, TV just in general hasn't been, it's been a lot of hits and misses lately and not really much consistency, but this is a show that we know has just been
consistent. And March seems to be going to pick it up because you have the Bad Boys Club coming on Zeus. You have Put a Ring on It. So March seems to be a lot of different things.
Does that comes on this week too?
I think so.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So
I think so. I think Put a Ring on It comes on tomorrow.
Oh my God! What we're rambling. We still got one more show.
Oh look, Kandi and the Gang. I am so glad you, girl.
I was about to be like, okay, bye.
Me too. Me too.
Right, it was a good show.
And I'm sorry, Kandi. I like your show. Kandi. I like Brown.
The ratings apparently still aren't hitting for what they're supposed to be hitting for, but I don't even.
But I heard they were better this week.
I don't know if they may. I don't know. I think they're still comparing it to,
Project Pigeon. Okay.
So.
I don't really have much for this episode. It wasn't really much. So we meet Patrick. Baby Patrick was ready to get to that parking lot.
Whatever. He loves his job. I'm happy.
Okay, manifestation parking lot. All right. I feel you. Manifestation parking. Go ahead on and manifest it. We see him and Melvin live together. I'm like, cool. That what a way to split the rent. But I didn't like how he was trying to play my boy Melvin on washing them dishes. Where Melvin had done cooked that breakfast. Like that's if I cook, you can do the dishes. I was feeling Melvin on that. Then we see Dominique and them on a date, and Brandon asking her, you know, like, what you want to do, this, then the third. I thought it was cool, but baby, the way they was dressed and the energy that they was giving didn't give me. It gave me, we gonna say this our first date because these cameras right here. It didn't give me this was their real first date. They whole energy, like the sexual energy and chemistry between them, does not give me first date. Does not give we ain't. It does not. It gives they definitely ragtagging it when it gives me they definitely ragtagging it when they get from behind these cameras and all of that. Brian, I love it. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Baby, when Brian said Soren was like this.
It's like, thanks for the visual.
I said, okay. But I loved his personality. When he put that, when he put his tablet down, I told the people here, write down your order, I'll be back. And then he said, no, I'm just playing. He gave me, he could be the hostess. I wanted him to do every job, right? Because he has the best personality we've seen so far. And me being a customer service person, right? Like he had the best overall attitude for customer service for me.
He could be my waiter any day.
When Philip was talking to him and he was like, so I just want to make sure you're on board with where we're going and the vision we're going. And Brian was like, I don't know where my brain be going.
Oh.
God.
Oh, are you okay? Where's your water?
I'm still crying. was still cracking. Listen,
I
oh
really
Lord
like
Jesus,
him.
help me. Brian had me choking. He's the breakout for me. The only other thing that was really notable for me, Chandrilla was still doing too much. She was doing too much, talking about when we go out, but I'm the leader of the pack. Girl, ain't nobody following you and your $12 an hour that you claim you make. Because I did
And then she also was like kind of throwing shade, I feel like, at Torrin's new relationship, even though not Torrin, Patrick. But I was just like, but she said she wasn't trying to mess with him because he was not experienced enough or whatever. But I'm like, but in the same breath, you're like, I'm all natural and just saying all
right.
these.
She was throwing mad shade at his girlfriend, but claims she not worried about Patrick and what she got going on because her and June engaged. And I'm like, girl, right, you and June engaged, but you still needing it pressed behind Patrick and what Patrick got going on. I don't like Chandrilla. Every week, I don't like her more. Every week she can go to hell for me.
For me, it's mostly like last week I was like, yeah, Philip, he might come off a little, but I see where he's trying to take things.
I see, like, we had different opinions. Last week I felt like, okay, it was warranted, it was necessary.
This week I don't feel like that.
This week, I didn't like the way he did Brian. Like, Brian
I didn't like how
nothing.
he did Brian. I didn't like how he did like he was just being a lot this week, and I'm just like, you don't. It's like he feeds off of being unlikable, and I'm like, that should not be the goal here. The goal should be I feel like leadership is a lot more effective. I'm just based off my own experience. I just know me when I'm working under someone who I actually respect, who I like, who I see their vision, who actually like they care about me. Yes, I work harder. I respect you back. You get me to do a whole hell of a lot more than you can if I don't see it for you like that. So I think, going off of that type of thing, I just feel like with this group of staff, he could get a lot better results if he would just tailor his approach just a little bit. Because this week was just like OD for me.
Now, I will say this. As far as the Torrin situation, I did feel like, all right, Torrin, go ahead, get him together. But I also feel like, Torrin, I don't know how you was raised, and maybe it's a difference, right? And people and how they were raised and where they grew up. But I was always taught when you walk into somewhere and people are already there, you are the obligated speaker in greeting people like, hey, how you doing? Good morning, good evening. He walked in and didn't say nothing. So to me, that was, kind of rude.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can.
But that's the only thing I had an issue with Torrin with. You know what I'm saying? Because the rest of it, Philip was doing too much. Because you working here is contingent upon if I feel like you can do the job or not. Clearly, that's not what it is because they already have him there starting. He was already taking measurements, getting ready to do what the hell it is he was gonna do. So I think Philip gets off on his I hire, I fire, but yet we have seen you hire no one because whoever Kandi and Todd and Dawan wants to bring back their boy back without your approval. You have, and then that's with them. You talking to them. So shut the hell up.
Stop taking that out on people and talk to them about it then, and tell them like what you would like. What would help you as a manager. That's a conversation for them. And then because I feel like his energy, and I'm not sure whose review it was, but it was kind of like Torrin clearly is going to be kind of like not on his own program completely, but he's not going to be like an hourly, just like everybody else.
Right, he's going to get paid to do the events. And baby, but when Torrin said, because what I do, I bring in money, I say, come on, you better let him know. But
exactly,
I was mad with Torrin for inviting Dominique and Chandrilla over there to his house for food and drinks to catch up, and only had that little piece of charcuterie board. I think it was Busy Blue who said she was serving them girls Lunchable. Baby, I would have been mad at Torrin. Don't invite me to no event and you ain't got no food. I be hungry. If you're not gonna have no food, let me know. It's just gonna be finger sandwiches, girl. It's just gonna be little charcuterie board and little wine. Cause I'ma be late, but I'm coming. I'm be late, come stop and give me something to eat because I be hungry. I don't want no broccoli and no carrots raw. I need food. Give me a little meatball, a cocktail wing and a sauce, little sandwiches, you know what I'm saying, little piece of stuffed egg or something like that. Don't just think you about to serve me no raw damn vegetables and give me some wine and think that's supposed to be eaten. Don't invite me to nothing like that. I'm telling y'all now, if you classy based like that and ain't gonna have no food, don't invite me. Or tell me so I can get me some food before I come. Because if not, I'm gonna leave your event to go eat or have DoorDash pull up to it.
I don't really know what I don't really know how that dynamic is gonna unfold, but I do feel as though I think he could be, a good addition coming back. I definitely understand that, and I definitely pretty much everybody, Brian, I can understand that. Like so far, I'm okay with the selections of people that they're deciding to bring back. I'm like, okay. Last week I was kind of like, what is the point of bringing back people if it? But whatever. We also need to definitely touch on the like why are you trying to stop trying to fight?
Don't you make me drag you down like I did last time. Baby, when Auntie Nora said that, I said, now I thought she was the sweet sister, but she is Auntie Nuck if you buck. We be knocking and bucking and ready to fight. And when Kandi said back in I Nora Day that she used to be fighting, I'm like, back in I Nora Day and in present day, because Auntie Nora was ready to get it done. Then she stood up there like this. When Kandi said, y'all hug each other, go ahead on with that cat.
I believe it. I believe it 100%.
I believe Mama Joy said that was her restaurant.
I believe Mama Joy said that, but I also believe that, or I also agree with, if that's how Kim was trying to, take everybody out with her, then I'm not cool with that either.
Exactly. I believe what both of them said. You know what I'm saying? Like one don't have to be wrong for the other one to be right. They could both be right in what they're saying happen. And like Mama Joy said, I can see Mama Joyce being mad if that's what Kim did, when we all know Kandi takes care of her whole family. So Kandi probably done took care of and did stuff for not only her, because Kim is Aunt Bertha's daughter. So we all know that Kandi love her some Aunt Bertha, and she gonna make sure Aunt Bertha good. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mama Joyce, which by right, if my child is doing everything to take care of your mama, you know what I'm saying, helping Melvin, because I'm not sure if Melvin is Kim's son or not. I don't remember if they said
I don't think so.
Or whatever. No, she said that's her son's son.
His dad is in jail.
That's right. She did say her son's son. But
that,
I'm saying, and trying to give you a job on top of, I'm pretty sure this is not the first thing that Kandi has tried to put Kim, on or into as far as her business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for you to try to take staff with you, like if them other people gonna do that, then cool. But you shouldn't be the one to do it. Just like Patrick set his ass up there at that table and just listen. You know what I'm saying? But he went back and told Kandi, that's right. That's who his loyalty is to, and that's who took care of him. So I agree. But can we say how they was all stopped, the argument just stopped and went away for the chicken wings? Chicken wings make everything peaceful.
I'm about to go get some after this, actually.
You want some chicken wings? I actually had some egg rolls like right here, and I had like they literally just got delivered right before we started taping, and I've been keep looking down at these egg rolls because I want to take a bite so bad. But
I'm about to jump in the car right now when we.
But that's it. That's all I got for Kandi. Like, I mean, it was good. Oh, my last thing, it really aggravated my soul. When I tell you my soul,
I already know what you're about to say.
My soul, when Todd was like,
I already knew it.
You paid for it.
I knew
so
it.
Fucking what? Why did we need to know that?
I knew you were gonna say that because we had a conversation about this offline about his, they are just got two different. A lot of their dynamics and their values, I feel like, are very different when it comes to if money is involved or just business, like certain things are involved. And I was just like, I don't really understand. Also, and then also because, and I said it in my review, I didn't know that he was the cousin, the younger cousin that back in the day was on Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was talking to Phaedra and he was talking about how his dad is in jail, which I think, that's Aunt Bertha's son. So why wouldn't she, try to, it takes a village. It takes a village, right? So why wouldn't she come in and try to help assist, and he hasn't had all of, the type of environment and whatever that maybe he wouldn't have been able to do that if she hadn't have gotten involved.
Right. And it's not like
that didn't hurt her at all.
Which I don't think Kandi would have been mad, but it's not like he took the culinary career and went off and worked for somebody else. He came to work for her. But whether he did or he didn't, what does it matter? We've been watching Kandi take care of her family since her first season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She even did a little piece of scene down to the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when she was trying to help Akbar get on the right page and got her an apartment. You know what I'm saying? So we know
But
this is
she's
what
always
Kandi
been like,
does. You cannot, if you get with somebody and you know they take care of their family, whether you feel their family is using them or not, sometimes you may feel it's excessive. Sometimes you may need to tell that person, listen, I know you take care of everybody, but you need to take some time and do something for you. But you can't stop them from doing for their family. And if you felt like that was going to be a problem, Ty, for her to do well for her family, then you shouldn't have married her. Because that wasn't going to stop because y'all got married. And she put it in the prenup that you don't get nothing and you got 30 damn days to get the hell out if y'all get divorced. I remember the wedding special. So, I mean, I just think, but even at the end of the day, even if he feels some type of way about it, we didn't need to see that he feels some type of way about it. And we didn't need to know that Kandi paid for him to go. And like Kandi said, I didn't pay for all of it. I helped him. Which makes me believe he might have had got a little financial aid and whatever financial aid didn't cover or whatever, however didn't get covered, she probably covered the rest. It was probably like a situation, you know how you have that family member that have the money, they help everybody out. It's like, okay, go do what you can and let me know what you need. And he probably went out there, got financial aid, had somebody else help him. I birthed them out to help them or whoever, you know what I'm saying, come up with the money. And Kandi, this is what I have left over. But it seemed like for Melvin, she stepped in and helped raise him where his daddy wasn't there. So, she said that's more than her little cousin. That's like her child. Tyler can go to
so
shit
what
for
is
that.
the
I ain't
issue?
like that. I ain't like
And
it.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's not like she just started doing this. Like, she was like this before you came in a picture. So if you had any issue with that, you guys should have took that up before we walked down the aisle. Like, and then that probably would have let you know that this is probably, you guys are not compatible then. But for you to try to change this years and years later, or turn your nose up every single time you hear something like that, it's kind of like, that would be kind of like weird for me. And I don't think that, again, yes, if he went to go work for someone else after he did that, great. If he came back here, even better. So what is the real issue here?
Right. I don't get it.
I don't think that. And then I also was kind of like, I don't know how I felt about the whole Patrick going back and telling Kandi, like, that whole thing. Like, I see both sides of it. I see, like, that's family, whatever. You're not gonna, like, anything that I could deem as maybe like negative. Like, I'm gonna kind of be I don't really like it. But at the same time, I was like, maybe you should have stayed out of it, or maybe you should have told her, like, maybe she needs to tell Kandi that offline, or I don't know. It was kind of.
I was here for it. Patrick, go ahead on and tell her, because at the end of the
You
day,
don't like
Kandi
her.
is who he's loyal to. He ain't got to be loyal to the rest of them.
No,
But
it's
then,
also not
then at the
bizarre.
other
People
point,
do
on the
that.
other point of it, like when we gonna have these conversations, baby, I done told them don't even invite Patrick, or don't invite me if y'all gonna invite Patrick, because y'all know Patrick is Kandi cousin.
That
So we
exactly.
wouldn't have.
Exactly. But I don't think it was also bizarre that the whole thing even came up, because coworkers get together and talk like that. So it wasn't really weird.
Right, but not when your coworker is the owner's
so
cousin.
they gotta obviously have a different approach. So that's why I said I
Right.
see both sides kind of. I don't know where I'm like, I don't know how I would have acted in that situation, but yeah, this episode wasn't. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, I'm still interested. I'm still eager to see some of the major highlights that we see gonna happen. I'm excited to see that. And yeah, I mean, forget what everybody else is saying online.
I love it. I love it. I'll be back this Sunday. I keep forgetting we're at the end of the week already. But I'll be back this Sunday for another episode of Kandi and the Gang. And
Yep.
before we go, you guys, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead on and like, comment, subscribe to both of us on Barb Meets World and Nola Reads. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Also, we want you to go ahead and ask us, okay? So y'all have questions, we have answers, or if there's any topics you would like to hear us discuss, email us at worldofreads@gmail.com. And don't forget to like the video once again.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, y'all. This has been fun.
It
It's
has.
been real, and we will see you all next time.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.